Hello everyone, Daria here, and welcome to episode number 51 of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. As you probably know, I went to Slovakia. It's an amazing Eastern European country. And if you're thinking about where to spend your vacation, go to Slovakia. Amazing place. It has mountains, it has Middle Ages castles, it has beautiful nature, great food, cheap beer, so everything is perfect. And if you want to see some pictures, follow me on Instagram. It's Real Russian Club. And today we're going to talk about the May Day, the first day of May. Actually, it was yesterday, but still, let's talk about it because many people don't understand what this holiday means and do we really celebrate it. So that's the topic today. As usual, first I'll read the text in Russian and then we'll translate it. Here we go. 1 мая мы отмечаем Международный день труда. Он стал важнейшим праздником в Советском Союзе. Его отмечали парадами и демонстрациями в центрах крупных городов. Самое масштабное празднование традиционно организовывали на Красной площади. Сегодня 1 мая утратило своё политическое значение. Это просто праздник весны, хорошего настроения и радости. Конечно, до сих пор проходят демонстрации, но чаще люди выходят гулять в городские парки, выезжают на природу жарить шашлыки и просто хорошо проводить время. That's it. Now let's try to translate it. The first sentence. 1 мая мы отмечаем Международный день труда. On May 1st, we celebrate the International Workers' Day. It started in the States, I believe, in the end of the 19th century, and after that, it covered all of the world. More than 100 countries celebrate this holiday. And interesting word here is international. Международный. It always seemed obvious to me, so we never talked about this word, but it's pretty interesting. It consists of two parts, между and народный. So, между means between, for example, between the trees, между деревьев. And the word народ means people, population, or maybe crowd. So in general, people of some country. Народ. Народ. So this word международный means among all the people. And it's translated as international. Международный. For example, international problem. Maybe terrorism. Терроризм. Международная проблема. Or maybe Women's Day. International holiday. Женский день. Международный праздник. And the May Day. International Workers' Day. Okay, the next sentence. Он стал важнейшим праздником в Советском Союзе. It was a very important holiday of the Soviet Union. First you hear важнейший. Probably you already know the adjective важный as important. And важнейший means very, very important, super important. Важнейший. It's something urgent, something very important. Важнейший. So in the Soviet Union, it was one of the main holidays. Важнейший праздник. And the Soviet Union, I already mentioned it in one of my previous episodes. The Soviet Union is Советский Союз. Also, you may hear the version USSR, SSSR. So it's 3 S and 1 R. SSSR. And the full name is Союз Советских Социалистических Республик. Okay, the next part of this sentence. Его отмечали парадами и демонстрациями в центрах крупных городов. It was celebrated with parades and demonstrations in the center of the major cities. So, parades and demonstrations, usually it was of some political meaning, especially our Communist Party. They still walk down the streets every year with banners, with posters, yelling their mottos. Pretty interesting. And in the Soviet Union, it was extremely important. Everyone had to go there. For example, my grandfather had many pictures from the 1st May demonstrations. And several years ago, I asked him about why he went there, and he told me that they just had to. There was no choice. At work, they said that you will be fired or we won't pay you a bonus if you don't go there. So people went carrying those red banners. It's not about everyone, of course. Many people really believed in those ideas, so they gladly went there and supported their party. But not everyone. Okay, the next sentence. Самое масштабное празднование традиционно организовывали на Красной площади. The biggest celebration was traditionally organized in the Red Square. It's our main square in front of the Kremlin and with St. Basil Cathedral. I'm sure you know how it looks like. So, you hear the word масштабное. It is spelled as масштабное, but you just don't pronounce that S there. Масштабный. And the word масштаб means scale, actually. But the adjective can also mean something big, something important, something bright. For example, celebration. Масштабное празднование. Big celebration. And you hear this word празднование. We've met the verb праздновать, to celebrate, and we've met the noun праздник, holiday. And also we have another noun празднование. It means celebration. Then we hear two foreign words, традиционно, traditionally, and организовывали, were organized. And then we move to the second part of this text. Сегодня Первое мая утратило своё политическое значение. Today the May Day has lost its political meaning. Interesting verb is утратить. It's a synonym of потерять, to lose something. For example, she has lost her beauty. Она утратила свою красоту. It's that kind of a word that you meet in books, in articles, and pretty rarely you can meet it in everyday life. I don't think that anyone can say, I lost my money with я утратил деньги. Normally you would say я потерял деньги or у меня нет денег. But in some official texts, you will meet it all the time. Утратить. So this day has lost its political meaning, not so important anymore. Это просто праздник весны, хорошего настроения и радости. It's just a holiday of spring, good mood and joy. The next sentence. Конечно, до сих пор проходят демонстрации. Of course, they still organize demonstrations. Still here is до сих пор. It's a synonym of и сейчас, и сегодня. So it means that still they have those demonstrations. До сих пор. And even today, some of people have to go there. Recently, when this whole situation with Crimea happened, probably you saw on TV how thousands and thousands of people went to the square carrying those posters with, Crimea is ours, welcome back home, something like that. And many of those people had no choice but going there. I remember when I was working in the Russian State Library, it's our main library, the huge one. If you visited Russia, I'm sure you saw the building. And it has several thousands of workers, and our boss tried to force us to go there, even threatening with some ridiculous things like, if you don't go, we'll do this and that, you'll pay, something like that. It was so absurd. And of course, all the young people didn't care about it, and we didn't go there. But we had many old people, so they were worried about losing their job. And they went to those demonstrations. It's just so sad. And also I know many students who were paid some small amount of money, like $10 probably, and they spent several hours there too. It happens all the time. If our president's party needs some support, they just pay students to go and to support them. That's why it seems that every year there are thousands of people there. But, as usual, don't trust television. So, got a little sidetracked as usual. About demonstrations, yes. So they still take place today. But, then, the second part of this sentence. Но чаще люди выходят гулять в городские парки, выезжают на природу жарить шашлыки и просто хорошо проводить время. But more often, people go to city parks, go out to enjoy nature and have some barbecue, and just to have a good time. We have several interesting expressions here. The first one is поехать на природу. Literally, it means to go to the nature. На природу. Природа is nature. And it means that people go somewhere out of the city. In the forest, to the lake, they bring some food. Sounds like picnic to me. Выехать на природу. Then, жарить шашлыки. It's huge in Russia. And just a couple of days ago in Belarus, going back from Slovakia, of course we did this. Жарили шашлыки. It's kind of a barbecue, but not exactly the same. It'll be easier for you to understand when you just Google it. Google шашлыки, and you'll see the picture. I guess everyone in Russia likes it. You are not Russian if you don't like шашлыки. And finally, хорошо провести время. To have a good time. Literally, it's translated as to spend time good. Хорошо провести время. It means just to have fun. And I guess that's it for the text. Now I'll try to read it one more time a little faster. Listen. 1 мая мы отмечаем Международный день труда. Он стал важнейшим праздником в Советском Союзе. Его отмечали парадами и демонстрациями в центрах крупных городов. Самое масштабное празднование традиционно организовывали на Красной площади. Сегодня 1 мая утратило своё политическое значение. Это просто праздник весны, хорошего настроения и радости. Конечно, до сих пор проходят демонстрации, но чаще люди выходят гулять в городские парки, выезжают на природу, жарить шашлыки и просто хорошо проводить время. That's it, and happy May Day, happy Workers' Day to everyone. I hope you're having a good time. Хорошо проводите время today. In Moscow we have amazing weather finally. They say that it'll get worse tomorrow, but today it's almost summer. Perfect weather. As usual, don't forget to check out the show notes. I will put the tags there, so if you don't understand something, you can read. Also, I'll be happy to see you on my website. It's realrussianclub.com. I have a blog there. I have my YouTube videos there, podcast transcripts, premium courses, some information about me, and yeah. I'll be happy to see you there, realrussianclub.com. Next time we'll talk about the Victory Day, one of my most favorite holidays. And for today, that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Slow Russian Language Podcast. Bye-bye!